Good evening and thanks for joining us. You're watching the evening edition of News on 2. And I'm Muhammad Amin. First story, now Home Affairs Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin today disclosed that police investigations has revealed that 2 lawyers from developer company One City Development Sendirian Berhad hired a group of men to take control of the situation at a Hindu temple in Seafield, Selangor on Monday, but they intruded into the house of worship. Now, he said police have arrested the 2 lawyers of One City Development, among 21 others, to assist in the investigation into the riots near the Sri Maha Mariamman Temple in USJ 25 Putra Heights near Subang Jaya.
Speaking at a press conference, Tan Sri Muhyiddin stressed that the incidents were not racial at all but stemmed from a dispute between One City Development and the Temple Administration Committee over ownership of the land on which the temple stands.
Saya amat kesal dengan tindakan gopoh dan cuai yang diambil oleh pihak yang berkaitan dengan syarikat pemaju yang jelas melanggar undang-undang.
Tan Sri Muhyiddin said those linked to the company had not complied with the process of acquisition of the temple site as planned in accordance with the legal provisions. He said the head of the group of men had been given 150,000 ringgit to exercise control over the temple and that the 50 people hired for the task had been paid between 150 and 300 ringgit each. Following the incident, the 21 people detained will assist the investigations and police will complete it as soon as possible to bring the culprits involved to justice.
Well, commenting further, Tan Sri Muhyiddin said the ministry and relevant authorities will not compromise on any actions that threaten public peace. Well, he said tough action under the purview of the law will be taken to preserve national security and peace.
Tan Sri Muhyiddin urged all quarters involved in the Sri Maha Mariamman Temple kerfuffle to quickly resolve the dispute in the best manner possible in accordance with the law. He reiterated that no quarters are allowed to manipulate the issue to cause racial discord.
Saya telah mengarahkan pihak polis supaya mengambil tindakan tegas terhadap mana-mana pihak yang melanggar undang-undang berhubung insiden ini. Ini termasuk mereka yang membuat kenyataan berbaur perkauman yang bersifat provokatif, menjabarkan berita palsu yang berunsur fitnah dan hasutan serta menganjurkan perhimpunan untuk membakar sentimen kaum.
A special task force has been formed by the Royal Malaysian Police PDRM to investigate the scuffle incidents at the Sri Maha Mariamman Temple and the premise of One City Berhad with the aim of tracking those involved. An Inspector General of Police, Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi Harun, says the Bukit Aman team has been assigned to assist Selangor Police in investigating both incidents.
As of this morning, 21 individuals have been arrested and remanded, all of them for being involved in rioting at the temple.
Selain daripada kita mengumpulkan bahan bukti, kita perlukan maklumat kepada orang ramai lah, khususnya untuk tampil ke hadapan. Mungkin mereka ada buat tangkapan video ke, rakam video dan sebagainya. Kalau they can come forward to assist us, that is much better. Boleh kita expedite kita punya proses tangkapan terhadap memburu suspek-suspek yang terlibat ni.
Tan Sri Fuzi said that PDRM had tightened security at the temple and its surrounding areas and will monitor the area round the clock. He added between 1 and 3 a.m. this morning, some 50 to 100 individuals had gathered at the area, although there were no untoward incidents. On another note, Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi denied that one of the individuals involved in the fracas was a police officer. He said the individual, whose involvement has been viral in the social media, was a former member of the Police Volunteer Reserve, PVR, whose service had been terminated.
Daripada semakan kita buat, dia bukan anggota polis. Dia PVR. Police Volunteer Reserve kita pada satu ketika, tapi disebabkan masalah tertentu kita dah terminate dia. Jadi kenyataan yang mengatakan dia anggota polis terlibat sama dalam itu adalah tak benar sama sekali lah.
The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, is gathering evidence for action against the circulation of false information over the riots at the Sri Maha Mariamman Temple on Monday. Communications and Multimedia Minister Gobind Singh Teo said MCMC is closely monitoring the information being circulated online before any stern action is taken.
Speaking in Parliament today, Gobind said the compiled information will be handed over to him soon.
Dalam masa sama, saya selaku Menteri KKMM, saya minta supaya semua rakyat Malaysia, dan saya telah pun sebut semalam juga, kita berhati-hati apabila kita keluarkan senjataan, kita berhati-hati apabila kita share maklumat-maklumat tertentu yang kita lihat, khususnya melalui WhatsApp, Facebook dan sebagainya.
The issue for land ownership of the temple has led to various views and assumptions being done to create tension among the people in the country. Meanwhile, Gobind said he welcomed the solidarity shown by all parliamentarians, including those from the opposition, as they called for an emergency motion to debate the temple incident in Parliament tomorrow. He said that this proves the unity among the parliamentarians in looking into issues which include the people's welfare.
Dan saya rasa perkara ini, kalau kita boleh bersatu dan menyatakan pendirian kita secara tegas melalui usul ini, maka itu adalah satu perkara yang boleh kepada saya memupukkan lagi perpaduan di antara semua rakyat, dan kita juga boleh menyatakan pendirian kita berkenaan apa yang telah pun berlaku. Jadi kita akan teruskan dengan usul itu besok pagi.
Barisan National Representative Baluran MP Dato Sri Dr. Ronald Kiandi and Pakatan Harapan's representative Lembah Pantai MP Fahmi Fadzil on Tuesday presented the motion under Article 18 subsection 1 yesterday.
And on to other stories. The Immigration Department has successfully foiled a syndicate which exploited foreign maids following the arrest of two individuals believed to be the masterminds. The suspects, a 37-year-old man and a 48-year-old woman, both locals, were detained in two separate raids in Butterworth, Pulau Pinang and Sungai Petani, Kedah.
Pulau Pinang Immigration Department Director Mur Hezbollah Mur Abdul Malik said 5 Indonesian women were also rescued during both raids. Police also managed to seize 6 Indonesian passports, 3 mobile phones, 465 ringgit in cash, 3 credit cards, a receipt book, company stamp, vacuum cleaner and 2 cars. It is believed that the syndicate had been in operation for more than 2 years and had accumulated earnings of up to 10,000 ringgit to 15,000 ringgit a month. All 5 Indonesian maids aged between 20 and 26 are now taking shelter at the Welfare Department's safe house for the time being. The case is being investigated under the Anti-Trafficking in Persons and Anti-Smuggling of Migrants Act 2007, amended 2010, and the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001, Act 613.
The Johor Bahru High Court today sentenced a 44-year-old car wash employee to the gallows after being found guilty of distributing 99.16 grams of methamphetamine 2 years ago. Judge Colin Lawrence Sekera made his decision after finding no factor indicating that the accused, S. Sathya Sevam, met the mandatory amendment of the sentence under Section 39B of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952.
According to charge sheet, the man was charged for distributing drugs in a room above a coffee house at Jalan Meldrum in Johor Bahru, Johor at 7:40 p.m. on 9 September 2016. Earlier, the defendant's lawyer Nur Zafira Norizan had applied for a jail term after arguing that the accused had fulfilled 2 conditions contained in the amended section, which is that the case did not involve the sales and purchase of drugs and no agents were involved. Nur Zafira also said that the accused had provided his cooperation during the investigation process. Deputy Public Prosecutor Nur Ifaz Zarella Abdul Rahman, however, said that the defendant had not fulfilled the elements of the amended section.
Well, Kota Bahru Sessions Court today sentenced a labor worker to 16 years in jail and 10 strokes of the cane for raping his grandniece a week ago. Judge Ahmad Bazli Badruddin handed down the sentence after the accused pleaded guilty once the charge was read.
According to the charges, the 45-year-old accused was found to have raped his grandniece, aged 15 years and 11 months old, at a house in Kampung Lara Pendek, Kota Bahru, on 18th November. The accused was charged with the offence under Section 376, subsection 3 of the Penal Code. The accused, who was unrepresented, requested for a lighter sentence. Deputy Public Prosecutor Hajarul Falina Abu Bakar, however, requested for the court to impose a deterrent sentence against the accused because the accused should have protected his grandniece, instead committed rape against the victim, causing psychological trauma. The court set the sentence to run from the date of arrest on 20th November 2018.
The IA Kuro Sessions Court today charged military retiree Sofri Muhammad Rajab, 48, for banging his disabled child's head against their house fence. Judge Elizabeth Payawan fined the accused 10,000 ringgit and he is bound over for 2 years on good behavior bond with one surety.
According to the charge sheet, the accused was found to have harmed his 11-year-old child physically and was charged under Section 31, Subsection 1, Subsection A of the Child Act 2001. The offence was committed at a house along Jalan Merah Mas 1, Bukit Katil, Malacca at around 3 to 5 p.m. on 2nd May. The report was lodged by a school teacher who had school noticed bruises and serious wounds on the disabled child's eyes and cleft nasal. During the incident, the boy had placed his bicycle against the fence, which left paint stains against the wall. The accused was angered by this, who then acted out of control. Deputy Public Prosecutor Mazwin Hashim, who handled the case, in his submission pointed out that as the father of the victim, the accused was supposed to protect his child who had a disability rather than hitting the child, which would leave lasting mental and physical trauma.
This is News On 2. Now, ASEAN will enhance efforts to identify long-term potentials and job opportunities in the green technology industry. And Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad says Malaysia will kickstart the effort by drafting a policy in line with Malaysia's role as chairman for the ASEAN labour sector for a 3-year period from this year to 2020.
To realize the effort, Tun Dr. Mahathir said Malaysia will work together with ASEAN dialogue partners, China, Korea and Japan to chart the course for the green industry and create more job opportunities and skilled human capital. The Prime Minister said this in his speech at the opening of the 25th ASEAN Labour's Ministers Meeting, ALMM, which was read by Human Resources Minister M. Kulasegaran.
Under the Green Technology Master Plan, Malaysia aims to boost the growth of its green technology sector with targeted revenue of 180 billion ringgit, while creating more than 200,000 green jobs by 2013. That is a great achievement going to be. In this regard, I'm optimistic at the prospect of green jobs, and it's high time for the government, workers and employers, organizations to venture into the promotion of green jobs and green skills.
Tun Dr. Mahathir noted that there has been a strong growth, particularly in the renewable energy sector, such as wind and solar power, as well as the production of equipment and installations for heating and energy saving that subsequently create jobs in the region.
Well, proposed amendments to the Employment Act 1955 is expected to be tabled in Parliament in March next year. And Human Resources Minister M. Kulasegaran says his ministry is currently in the final stage of preparing the proposed amendments.
We already had a discussion with stakeholders, NGOs and all that. In fact, I've been a lawyer. I went through one after another section. We have gone through, we have already got it ready, I think probably in March. Massive amendment.
Kulasegaran said this after chairing the 25th ASEAN Labour Ministers Meeting, ALMM, in Kuala Lumpur today. The Employment Act 1955 was last amended 5 years ago, but is now considered as not relevant to the current situation, especially in safeguarding the interests and protection of employees while on duty. Kulasegaran added that the government is also waiting for reports from several external committees and stakeholders before completing the proposal and submitting it to the Cabinet in February.
The Communications and Multimedia Ministry is studying measures to limit shareholders in a company to avoid media monopoly and coverage of any parties. Minister Gobind Singh Deo said the media should have the freedom to report news that is truthful and accurate to the people.
Kerajaan dalam proses melihat sekiranya ataupun tidak kita boleh menghadkan pemegangan saham di dalam media-media syarikat, syarikat-syarikat media supaya perkara ini dapat kita elakkan. Tetapi apa yang penting yang berhormat Tuan Betul adalah untuk kita membuat perbezaan di antara pegangan saham dan juga kontrol dalam syarikat-syarikat ini. Itu menjadi satu perkara yang sekarang kita kajikan. Apa yang penting adalah kita perlu pastikan bahawa laporan-laporan yang dikeluarkan adalah laporan-laporan yang bukan sahaja neutral, tetapi laporan-laporan yang membawa gambaran dan juga berita yang benar kepada rakyat.
Speaking in Parliament today, the Puchong Member of Parliament said a media council will be formed in the near future and he is still accepting proposals from media practitioners regarding the council. On 4th October, Special Advisor to the Prime Minister on Media and Communication, Dato' A. Kadir Jasin, said the Pakatan Harapan government wants to expedite the establishment of the Malaysian Media Council, which has been advocated by media citizens since 1974.
175,445 entrepreneurs have reaped the benefits of 2.77 billion ringgit worth of loans provided by the National Entrepreneur Group Economic Fund, Tekun Nasional, from 2013 until 2018. Well, so far, 2.07 billion ringgit have already been paid back by borrowers, an encouraging increase in terms of repayments.
Entrepreneur Development Deputy Minister Dr. Hatta Ahmad Ramli said the government is aiming to collect another 600 million ringgit in repayments by the end of the year. Dr. Muhammad Hatta said Tekun has a policy of providing loans to only those who are really serious about their business and have a complete marketing plan in place.
Kita nak pastikan bahawa kali ini peminjam-peminjam ini adalah yang usahawan bona fide, yang serius, yang ada perancangannya, yang ada syarikat yang mendaftarnya, ada pelan perniagaannya. Yang ini pegawai-pegawai kita ataupun penyelaras Tekun di peringkat daerah akan mesti turun padang untuk melihat sendiri persiapan usahawan-usahawan ini sebelum mereka diberikan pinjaman.
Dr. Muhammad Hatta said this in his reply to a question from Kampar MP Su Kyong Seong in Parliament today. He also advised borrowers to be prompt in making repayments, no matter how big or small the loans are, to avoid complications.
The Finance Ministry will not reveal information regarding the bidding for Super Yacht Equanimity, which closes today. And Minister Lim Guan Eng said matters regarding the value of bids, the number of bidders and their identities are not under the purview of his ministry.
Lim instead said the Office of the Attorney General is the authority responsible for managing the bidding affairs of the luxury yacht allegedly purchased with misappropriated funds from 1MDB. Previously, a period of 1 month was given for the bidding process beginning 28th October. Lim said this to reporters after launching the book Siapa Itu Muhammad Sabu in Kuala Lumpur.
Well, national football coach Tan Cheng Ho wants his defenders to be more focused and alert when they face Thailand in the first leg of the AFF Suzuki Cup semi-finals at the Bukit Jalil National Stadium on Saturday. Well, he reminded defenders to be wary of the dangerous Thai duo Adisak Kraison and Sandrawat Demit.
Cheng Ho said although the main priority is to score as many goals as possible to take a comfortable lead for the second leg in Bangkok, the players must always be reminded not to let in any goal which would be counted as away goal for the Elephants. The coach is, however, confident that the central defensive partnership of Muhammad Ailil Zafwan Abdul Razak and Shahrul Saad will make sure the Thais are prevented from scoring.
Ya, memang kalau kita ikut perkembangan dua-dua pemain tu pertama kali bermain bersamalah Shahrul dengan Aidil dalam kempen AFF Suzuki Cup, kerana sebelum persediaan persahabatan kita pun kedua-dua tidak bermain sekali. So far kita nampak kombinasi atau understanding cukup baik dan diharap untuk perlawanan hari Sabtu nanti kita sekali lagi boleh menyekat serangan daripada pasukan Thailand.
Speaking to RTM at Harimau Malaya's training session in Nilai, Negeri Sembilan, Cheng Ho added that Aidil and Shahrul will be ably assisted by Muhammad Akram Mahinan and Muhammad Shamir Kutiaba.
And that concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, developers, lawyers hired thugs to incite temple riots. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Amin Carlos. Stay tuned to TV2 and a pleasant evening to you.